Going to be visiting a beach. I know it's been a while since I visited Freedom Beach. According to the local media, there has been a lot of changes down there, and we're going to be going straight down there. So you can grab yourself a bottle of water from the 7-Eleven, which me and Jack have just done. Check out my other video. It is older now, but it's still relevant. That will show you the other entrance, which is on the main road going from Karon towards Patong. So that's the second entrance. It's a fair hike down there, and my friend Pete told me that this entrance, it's not as bad. Well, let's get into the video. Let's get down to Freedom Beach. Okay, so we've just arrived. It's only a few minutes away from the 7, just parked up. There is some parking here which is a little bit better than the other entrance, because that's just a case of abandoning it anywhere that you can find. But there's a little bit of shade, but you can see it's very, very busy with bikes, and the entrance is just down here. Now, the last time I came, there wasn't a restaurant, and oops, I'm dropping my towel. But there is now. There's signs here. There you go, 600 metres. A little bit of a trek down, and there's also ATVs here as well that you can do. Freedom Beach? Yes. You can see it is actually concrete just here, so that's not too bad. There is a truck here, and I'm guessing you can jump on that. Obviously you'll have to pay. I didn't know there was a truck that you can catch down to save you walking, but you can either walk or you can go on one of them, pay whatever the charge is. It's probably about 100 baht to go there and back, something like that. I don't know exactly. Or you can do what me and Jack are doing right now, huffing and puffing, making our way down to Freedom Beach.
Not puffing till we come back up.
I would say if there is a truck running down this way is the better way, as my friend Pete said, because the other way there is no truck running down. You only have the option of walking, and believe you me, it's a bit of a walk. Nat only went there one time, you'll see her on the video, and she said to me, if you want to come back here, you go alone. So she didn't want to do it again, and that's how bad it was. Not the easiest trek down, but this one doesn't seem too bad, to be fair. And again, if you're not able to walk or want to walk because of the heat, what's today's date? It's the 10th of February, and it's coming up to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is not an ideal time. Another one here coming, about to get run over. Not the ideal time to be coming to the beach because of the heat, but at least if we spend an hour down there, it'll be a bit cooler, hopefully around 4 o'clock, half 4. Jack's laughing, me sliding. What are you laughing at, mate? Don't you think it'll be cooler?
This reminds me of when I was living in Colorado. We used to do 4-wheel drive runs, and I had a Jeep, and we roads like this.
Yeah,
all the time.
You can see now. I don't know how well the camera's going to show this, but this is actually quite steep now. 45 degrees, would you say, Jack? Close on?
Yeah.
It's pretty steep, to be fair. Video don't always do it justice. But yeah, that's quite bad here. So again, luckily today we're prepared. I've got a towel, even got some water. I've got my hat, I remembered it today, and got not my trainers on, but not flip-flop type things. They're sandals, but they've got vents on the side now. I'm going to switch the camera off here, negotiate this, because otherwise I'm going to go flat on my ass. Yeah, you just got to watch for the loose sand on the surface, because it can be very slippy now. You might get a better idea of just how steep that is now. We're towards the bottom of it. It is quite steep. To the one side there is some ropes that you can hold onto to help you down here, but there's a section here there is no ropes. So again, it all comes down to footwear. I should personally put some decent shoes on to walk down, have a little bag and chuck your flip-flops in the bag for when you're at the beach, but it's up to you. I've seen people just walking up in flip-flops, so whatever, but me, actually I can see the beach already. Okay. Taking my mind off my feet, and nearly I was skating down here then. I can see the beach already, so this way is a lot shorter than the other way, because that was a fair old trek. Yeah. Huh?
You get to the beach much quicker that way.
What way? Oh yeah, if I slide, yeah, for sure. I'll go off that cliff over there and I'll be straight into the water. You can see the size of the rocks. You wouldn't want to try and bring a bike down here, that's for sure. So yeah, you've got to... Old Jack's doing a bit of skating. So yeah, you have got a choice of some transport if you prefer, which obviously is going to make it a lot easier for you to get down here if you don't want to walk. But it doesn't look too bad at the minute. Okay, so me and Jack have just found a little cut through off the top there, which isn't too bad, that brings you almost straight to the beach, but I'm not sure we have to walk in the water to get around that rock out there, but that means it's even shorter still. Again, you just got to be careful walking down here because of the loose sand on the surface. You might slip away. Now, Nat was telling me in the media lately there's been some reports about Freedom Beach and people complaining because there's umbrellas on the beach, which there never used to be. Now I've got to be careful because Nat mentioned, you know, obviously filming and that, you might upset people. So today I'm a tourist, I'm on holiday. I don't know nothing about this place. And you can see there is umbrellas, as Nat was saying. And of course there will be a charge for these umbrellas, unless you bring your own. I don't know how you stand about bringing your own parasol if you want to do that, but there's parasols here and beach chairs. Obviously there'll be a charge, probably about 200 baht. Now this looks like the little side cove, which I didn't know was here, and the main Freedom Beach is just over there. So luckily I put my swimming shorts on today, so I can wade through. And there is, looks like a restaurant. You're going to be able to get some snacks, drinks, that type of thing here. Let's have a wander around. I do have to be a bit careful not to go too deep because I've got my mic pack on the side of my shorts. Obviously that won't do so well in the water, so I need to be careful. Make sure it doesn't come up to my waist. If I can help it. Wait for this to go in. Not worried about... Really? Okay, that's a bit deep. That's a bit deep. That just falls away there. I've got to be careful because I've got my transmitter on the side. Right, I'm going to have to stop filming, take the transmitter off out the way and then walk round because it might be too deep. Okay, so I made it round. Jack's just come in. If you go round the other side of the rock rather than in between, it's a little bit shallower. It's just a case of timing it with the waves, that's all. But we've got round onto the main part. There you go, you can see the main part yourself. As Nat was saying, there is a lot of umbrellas on here now. Before there was none at all. So if it's something you need when you come to the beach, a parasol and umbrellas, then Freedom Beach now has them. Quite a few Longtail boats in the bay as well. A lot of people here today, a lot of people. It's the busiest I've seen here. If you go and take a look at that other one, I think apart from me and Nat, there was about 3 or 4 other people on the beach that day I come. It wasn't as nice a weather as it is at the minute. You can see blue skies, very little cloud, very, very warm at the moment. We're getting some really nice weather. For those who ask in the group about the weather, well, you can see the weather yourself. It's beautiful. Take no notice of the weather apps because 9 times out of 10 they're wrong. They say rain when it's beautiful blue skies, and you can see for yourself the weather's gorgeous. It's been like this now for nearly 2 weeks. We've had a tiny little bit of rain at night time, so nothing to worry about at all, but not much in the way of rainfall. They've got stalls over the back there selling all sorts now. None of this was here the last time I came, so a lot of changes here. Very, very busy. Wow. So let's have a little stroll along the beach, to the end. They've got some surfboards as well by the looks of it. I'm presuming they're for hire. Don't see any hire signs with the prices, but there's a few about. Canoes as well. Or kayaks. I don't know whether they're called canoes or kayaks. I'm not quite sure where Jack's disappeared to. I'm sure I'll find him. Beautiful. Oh, there he is. I can see him right there. Getting distracted by the scenery. Now, I don't see any official signs for the prices of the sunbeds, I'll be honest with you. I don't see there's any boards out saying how much they are. So you're going to have to ask somebody. Longtail boat hire there. No prices on it. Again, you're going to have to ask, unfortunately. So you're at the mercy of the vendors. I much prefer when you can see the price and then you know that you're being charged the correct price, because sometimes the prices, when they aren't listed, can vary depending on how you look and how the vendor's feeling. He might want to charge you 500 baht, or he might want to charge you 1,000 baht. So that's the only thing I don't like, when there's no actual pricing on stuff, because you're never sure whether it's the right price or you're being overcharged or whatever it may be. But look at the amount of people in the sea here. Wow. Very, very popular today. Very popular. What a beautiful day. So it looks like there's another place for food and drink over there. Restaurant maybe, just says now open. So you can definitely now spend a whole day here at Freedom Beach, no problem at all. You don't need to leave this area to go and get some food and drink like you used to. I think there was a small place selling very basic stuff before. I'm not quite sure because it wasn't open when I came, I don't think. Again, without looking at the video, I can't remember, to be honest, but there wasn't much here when I came. Fantastic. Wow. It is very, very pretty here. Okay, you'll have to excuse me. I'm going to have a little bit of a rest, relax, enjoy the beach area, and then I'll be back to you. Okay, so we've had an hour or so down here on the beach, and I've got to say it's fantastic, really is nice. We're making our way now back up to where we park the bikes. It's coming up to 4:20 in the afternoon, and we're going to head back. But you can see yourself, the beach is still busy, and I'm sure it's going to be busy till early evening at least. Got to do my shoes up by the looks of it, because they're coming undone again. Now, having come the way we did down the one by Tri Trang Beach, or heading that way, I think that is the entrance to use if you're going to come to Freedom Beach. Don't go to the other one on the main road running from Karon to Patong, because that is one hell of a trek down. I would say this one, which is over there in the distance, you can probably just see the stairs leading up. that's the way we're going to go back, which is the same way as we came. We did cut off the track as I showed, and we came down the other side in that little cove over there, but we're going to go back up the main entrance, and you'll see yourself it's going to be a lot easier. If you go back, as I mentioned earlier in the video, go back and have a look at that video. That is one hell of a trail to go up and down. Now it may have changed, of course, because it has been a while since I've came down that track. It may have got better, but it was very narrow in places and very steep. Not like this one, which is wider. Plus, if you don't want to walk, you can use one of the trucks to bring you down. I don't know the cost, but I'm sure they're not going to be overly expensive. I don't know. So it means you can still visit the beach even if you're not able to walk down the trail, because you can just jump on one of the trucks to come down and then just jump on one of the trucks to go back. My shoes keep coming undone. The Velcro's about had it on these. I need to buy myself another pair, I think. Okay, so you can see this is the waiting area. Jump onto the back of the truck. Not sure, I think this is going to be full. There's quite a few people waiting. Oh. How much is it, Jack? How much?
100 baht each.
100 baht each, one way. Okay. So Jack has decided to go on the back of the truck because he has a problem with his knee, and walking up this hill isn't going to be great for his knee. So the price is 100 baht per person each way, so 200 baht round trip, but it is an option that you've got if you want to come and visit this beach. I'm fit and able to be able to walk up here, so I've chosen to walk up rather than waiting for the next truck. And honestly, the truck that we've just left was all open and there was nowhere to hold on to. I'm not over keen on that because you can see it's fairly steep, and loads of people in the back of that truck hanging on for dear life, I would imagine. So I'd rather just take my time and walk up, and I guess that's the end of the video now. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, then please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and until next time, I'll see you soon.